Hi, my name is Mihir, and this is a demo for my CS50P Final Project. The project is titled Battle Simulator, and it is a two-player game playable with text-driven menus in the terminal window. The game allows the two players to create their fighter characters, customize them using limited in-game currency, and simulate turn-based battle to return a winner. Users start with taking turns to create their fighter characters. For each fighter, user picks a name and a type, either a warrior or a priest. Next, users can enhance the stats of their characters. Each user has a limited supply of in-game currency that they can spend at 1 coin per stat point. While enhancing the stats, the program is always checking if the user has sufficient coins to afford that change and whether the requested change is within the permissible range for the stats. Once the fighter characters are created, the battle simulation begins. The first fight is selected at random, and then both fighters take turns to deal damage. In each turn, a fighter can deal either a physical or a magical type attack, and this is selected at random, so it is important that the fighter's stats are well balanced. For each turn, the users are shown the damage dealt and received by each of the fighters and the impact on their stamina. The simulation loops while checking for the stamina of the fighter receiving the damage at the end of each turn. Once a fighter faints, the other fighter is declared the winner. I would like to briefly talk about my motivation and design choices for this project. Now, I had taken CS50X previously, so one of the most striking new concepts in CS50P was introduction to object-oriented programming. So I was clearly looking to use these concepts in my final project. More importantly, I wanted to be able to appreciate the advantages of using OOP approach compared to the procedural and functional approaches that I was already familiar with. Also, I might like to pursue indie game development as a hobby, and this project has familiarized me with the concepts of creating and manipulating attributes for game characters within a game loop. In terms of design choices, while I was clear that I wanted to use OOP for the project, I did consider what it would take to implement the same functionality using dictionaries instead of objects. And in the course of making this project, I understood that the functions linked to objects, for example the ones that calculate damage, would be a lot more tedious and would quickly get messier if I added more objects instead of just the two in this case. Also, I have tried to make this project as modular as possible. So all the main function does is just call three functions, which in turn have a core functionality and rely on smaller functions for ancillary functionality. In conclusion, while I do see some areas of improvement for the project, including adding functionality and improving the game balance, I am satisfied with the project's current state to turn it in as my final project, as I believe that I have been able to meet the objectives of the original specifications that I had written for myself and the learning goals I had for this project. So yeah, that was my final project, and this was CS50. Thank you.